What's up, y'all? All right, what else we got? Hell yeah. And that's how we do. All right. I just love that tape stop effect. Never gets old. Never in a million years. Okay. So I think we're good to get started here. Played a couple beats off KO2. But KO2 is not the star of the show today. So let's talk a little bit about what we got going on in today's session. Including Yield M8. Boom. Got it on the screen there. I'll minimize it for now though. Because yeah, basically I wanted to use this session to try to experiment a little bit with a workflow that involves the KO2 and the Dirtywave M8. So basically someone had asked on one of my videos whether there was like an interesting workflow involving both of these devices, using them together to jam or something like that. I can't remember the exact phrasing of the question, but I figured it would be a good opportunity to kind of test that out. It's been a while since I've done that. Because normally I'm just playing samples like from the M8 and recording them into the KO2, and then I kind of just make the beat all in the KO2. But you do have some interesting options for creating music if you have them connected via MIDI. So you can kind of use the KO2 like a MIDI controller, basically, to play pads here that then, you know, trigger sounds on the M8 or whatever. And not only can you do that, you can also play pads here and it'll record the notes into the M8 sequence. So I think that's kind of the approach that I'm going to take here. There's probably some other ways that you could use these devices together, but that one seems like the most straightforward. So let's make a beat doing that. Let's check it out. All right, so let me do a new project here. Dude, it was probably already new, but it's all good. Oh yeah, and then I can make a big screen too. Boom. Or actually before that, I need to do some connections here to ensure that the MIDI is getting sent over. So I've got this TRS cable, and they're both type A devices, I think. So what that means is that you don't have to do any kind of like weird cable adapter type stuff. You can just use like one, you know, cable or whatever, and connect the MIDI out to the MIDI in, or MIDI in to MIDI out, or whatever. So let's do that. So I want the M8 to hear the MIDI. So I have to plug this into the, dude, I'm getting all discombobulated here. I have to plug the MIDI in on M8. Boom. So I need that. And then this one I have to plug into the MIDI out. Okie dokie. All right, so that one's complete. And then I guess one other thing I can do while I still have the M8 minimized is, so the way the MIDI gets sent from the KO2 is each of the pads can be sending MIDI on a specific channel. It's not limited to the bank, it's like specifically the pad. There's a pad setting for it. So let's find a pad that doesn't have a sound on it, like that one. And then you go to Shift Edit, and there's a MIDI setting here. So right now it's set to off, but if you turn the orange knob, you can choose a channel. For now, we'll do channel 9. I think that'll work. And then I guess we can test it out. So you can press keys to enter the chromatic keyboard mode. And then let me make this bigger. So you can see when I press this button, boom, it's sending B5. And it can basically send the whole range of notes, which is pretty cool. So if you hold keys and you press minus, you get access to the lower notes. Or do you? So this is B4, B3, B2. How low can you go? It only goes to A2. I think there's a way to offset it too, actually. Let me try doing that. Okay, so this is the lowest note it'll send. It's it's A2. So if I go to Shift Edit, we're on the MIDI settings. So the X knob, or the black knob, I mean, this one I think changes the root note of it. Wow, you can go all the way to N1. Dude, I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's still sending A2 though. So no matter what I turn this to, it's still just sending the A2 note. That's kind of annoying. but fret not. Okay. So let me just put this back to where it was. So C4. This must be for like incoming MIDI or something. Not really sure like what this does if it's not changing the note that's being sent. Oh well. Okay, so we'll have to do some tricks on the M8 to get it to work right, which is totally fine. Not outside the realm of possibility. All right, so we're all dialed in on the KO2 to control the M8 via MIDI. So now let's load an instrument up on the M8 just to kind of test this out. Let's do like drum break maybe. That's a nice one. Beautiful. And then I can just auto chop it since we're just kind of testing things out here. Wow, that's embarrassing. I only put 2 slices down. Dude, what's that all about? I fooled the algorithm, and now it only knows about 2 slices. Alright, well, let's undo that. Did not undo it. Okay, let me try doing slice. Well, here, I'll count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like it's 8 and some change. Maybe I'll just do slice 8, see what that does. It's not too bad. I do need to fix some of the slice markers though. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I'll bring this one a little closer. Oh, there we go. Look at that transient. Look at that nice juicy transient. And then what does this one do? Yeah, that one's not in the right spot there. Okay, so we've got 8 slices. Should be pretty chill. And then I'm going to do slice 01 file. Boom. And so yeah, the idea here is I want to be able to press the pads and it triggers the slices, right? But right now it's the lowest note is A2 and the slices start on C1. So we've got a little bit of a problem here. So basically what I can do is I can use the table to transpose. Basically when the notes come in, it'll like move them. Is basically the best way to describe it. So let's do, I'm going to do down by 12 and see what that does. So now it's sending A1. That's good. Let's do down 12 again. So this is C1. It's kind of bugging though. Dude, get Earthward, what's up, bro? What's cracking? So yeah, sometimes it has kind of odd behavior. Maybe I need to set the table tick rate. This is another troubleshooting step. Yeah, the table tick rate is basically how quickly the table, I guess the sequencer in the table, how quickly it moves through the rows. And normally it's doing it, yeah, at 1 tick. So each row is like a tick, which is like a fraction of a step. But we can make it even faster by changing it to FF. So now it's 200 hertz. And basically that just kind of refreshes it quicker. So I think it'll like catch the incoming notes and like transpose them faster than what it was doing before. So it's more consistent. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got the MIDI getting sent correctly. And I forgot to explain this aspect of it too. So I set the MIDI channel on the KO2 to send on channel 9. And so what it's doing here is basically there's this thing called the rec note channel. This is a special MIDI channel on the Dirtywave M8 that's listening to incoming MIDI. And it basically will allow you to control like the last selected instrument on whatever track you're currently on. So the other channels, or The other ways, yeah, the other channels are basically for controlling specific instruments on specific tracks. But the rec note channel is unique in that you can control just the last controlled instrument or the last selected one, and it doesn't matter what track you're on. And another cool thing about the rec note channel is you can use the external controller to write notes into the M8's sequence. So you can see I press the button here, and it puts it into the M8 sequence. Not too bad. So now when I press play, all right, so obviously that's very basic, so we'll do something different, but that's kind of like a high level how it works. The other thing that's kind of interesting you might notice is that the slice will only play for as long as I have the pad held down. And if I let off it early, it's not in like one-shot mode, so check this out. So it's kind of like cutting it off abruptly, right? Which is not ideal if you want to do some cool finger drumming type stuff. So what you can do is you go to the mod page, and then you can change the, where are we at here? ADSR. Set it to volume, and then you basically just max out these parameters. I think there's only one you really need to max out, but I always do all three. And so now when I press it, you can just tap it once. You don't have to hold it down. It'll play the whole slice. I don't think it'll work if it's like a really long slice though. You might still have to hold it down. Okay, so we've got some pretty cool stuff going on here. And yeah, just to demonstrate, so I was using the rec note channel to put the notes directly in the phrase. So it'll put it wherever your cursor's at. But if you press play and you tap the notes in, it'll also just put them directly in the sequence. What's that? Oh, it's got the off command on it. Why is it doing that? Okay, so there's something weird going on where it's adding the off command, so I think I have to change the setting for it. Yeah, it just sounds muted. Okay, so let's go back to the MIDI settings, take a look there. Oh, well, I don't know why the control surface is set to Launchpad Pro. What's up with that? Let's turn that off. Okay. Yeah, so this setting is called rec delay / off. What this does is it'll add commands to the phrase when you're doing that real-time recording. The delay one is going to offset the note, so it allows you to play notes that are between the steps, so like off the grid basically. So that's pretty good. We definitely want delay on. If you have the off on, you have the off enabled, it'll basically close the note or add like a release command that basically turns the note off. So this is good if you want to do like kind of, I don't know, if you're using like a bass sound or something and you want it to like last for a certain amount and then just drop off. You can use the note off, but for sample chops, it's not really that necessary. So let's change that to just delay. And then try again here. Whoa, wait, hold on a sec. Whoa, bro. What's going on? Oh, I pressed play on the KO2. Whoops. Okay. Take two. Yeah, it's so weird. I wonder why it's like not making any sound until I stop it and start it again. It's been a while since I've done this. Maybe there's additional troubleshooting we gotta do. Yeah, it's just not playing it at all. Heck, dude. That's super weird. Yeah, I can have it playing and it's making the sounds, like the instruments triggering, but then when I send one MIDI note, it just shuts all the sounds down. And then it's just off. All right, well, maybe this is 1 point against the KO2 M8 workflow. I feel like it's not supposed to do this, but perhaps it's doing some weird stuff. Okay. Well, yeah, so that was kind of like the MIDI connections between the two and being able to use the KO2 as a controller for M8, which I guess perhaps is not very stable or useful. I don't know. I'm probably doing something wrong here. I doubt that it's the M8 that's the issue. Okay, let's try something else though, because there was one other thing that I kind of wanted to test out, which involved recording audio from the KO2 into the M8. So let's see if I can hear. Yeah, that's a fun one. There's a lot of those. Let me load up a different pattern here. Alright, so I've got like a basic drum kit here. Let me do... Actually, it's still sending the MIDI, which I don't want it to do anymore. Okay, I'm going to unplug MIDI. Okay, bye. And then now, no distractions. Okay, so yeah, another thing you could potentially do as like a workflow between the two is to record audio from the KO2 into the M8, and then maybe like do some sample chopping or arranging on the M8. So let's see if maybe I can get that to work. I don't know what I want to record in. Maybe I'll just finger drum a bunch of random stuff and then see if I can chop it and find something that sounds like a cool groove. Okay, so we're armed. Dude, I keep hitting the kick and the snare at the same time. Let's try that one more time. Alright, so it's kind of like a combination of various hits that I have saved on the KO2. I'm not even sure what tempo I was playing those at. And then maybe what I can do is do slice. Let's see what the auto chop does actually. I'm curious. It's not great. Not sure how else I can make it better though. Alright, so I've got like a bunch of random hits basically. Maybe I could just create a quick sequence with them. So let's do random name, purple star. It's very fitting. I'm using the purple M8 right now, so that checks out. Okay, let me put it in the test folder. Dude, aka the complete mess that is temporary files that I save on M8. I have to name the folder first. What year is it? 2026. 07. And today's the 18th. Boom. So organized. All right. So I've got all these chops in this basically just random sequence that I kind of tapped out. So let's try and make it work in the context of a sequence on the M8. So let's do some notes here. Oh, I got to do a slice 0 file as well. So this will make it so that the notes correspond to the slice markers. Yo, what's up, Linda-san? What's cracking, man? So yeah, it sounds like when I was finger drumming this thing, the tempo should be a little bit lower. Dude, heck yeah. All right. And then we can do like a different start point here. Yeah, that kick is like super bassy, which is pretty nice. I don't know if it's distorting though. Dude, Lenison said, I saw a video with someone using the Gamma Mini Synth. Immediately thought about you. Dude, heck yeah. Gamma Mini Synth. How mini are we talking? Because you know me, I love mini. Pocket sized. Take it on the go-go. I gotta look it up. Gamma Mini Synth. Dude, it's got all the right words in it. Mini for sure. Oh yeah, let me do one more variation here. This one has a, it's got like that hi-hat thing on it. What the heck? Dude, I love putting those little reverse commands in. It sounds so tight. Probably gonna make it delayed a little bit. Dude, Lenison says it's small with buttons similar to the M8. It has a mini video game on it. Dude, it's ticking all the boxes. I love mini video games. Sounds epic. Check it out. Nice. All right. I think we do need some hi-hat action here, which I don't know if it's necessary for us to get it from KO. So let me just load up some sounds here, see what we got. Dude, is that not what I just did with my mouth? Dude, hashtag blessed. Okay, let's... What am I doing here? Let's do the C note. Yo, Reason Beat. What's up, bro? Whoops, I messed that up. This one goes here. Okay. So we got the micro timing, pushing the hi-hats a little off grid there. Nice, pretty simple stuff. What else do we got here? Maybe I could do more sounds from the KO too. Whoops. Oh yeah, so that was a beat I was working on earlier. Let's just do some melodics on the M8. Keep it nice and simple. Dude, Garmagnite, what's up, bro? Okay. Dude, maybe something from that crate that I recorded a couple weeks ago. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna argue with that. Sounds kind of dope. Yo. Oh man, the degrade, it might be a little too much. Maybe I can clean it up the low pass. Nice, okay. Sounded pretty dirty. And yeah, I don't know if y'all mess around too much with this stuff, but the transpose column is pretty fun, especially if you don't have too much going on in like the phrase. Basically what this allows you to do is it takes all of the, it takes all the notes that are in that phrase and it pushes them, you know, down or up a certain number of notes depending on what you have the value set to. So this one is transposing it 1 down, 1 semitone, and then this one is 4 semitones. So it's kind of a quick way to just like, I don't know, throw different pitches out there and see what works. Although if you do have a lot of notes in here, it can like kind of sound a little wonky unless you're working in like a, I don't know, specific scale or something. But yeah, kind of worked out on this one. All right, what else we got? Maybe something else from the crate? Too busy. Maybe nothing from the crate. Let's take a look around. See if we got something else we can add. Maybe like another synth sound or something. Deep, 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 deep. Okay. Right here. Dude, Garmagnite knows what's up. Dude, maybe this? Alright, so here's the $1,000,000 question though. If I have the transpose set to the same values that the other sample is, I wonder if it'll like sound chill. Let's try that. Okay, so I got FF, and then this one's FC. Alright, dude. That kind of worked out. A little degrade on there. I'm going too hard on the degrade. Let's dial it back. There we go, number 2. transpose trick. I'm into that. Alright. So that was quick and easy. What else we got? Dude, that's kind of a nice one too. So like maybe right here? Nope. What about on 8? Where do I want it to trigger? Nice. Okay, let's try that maybe. So it's like every other bar, so it doesn't get too repetitive or in your face. All right. Whoops. Dude, that one's not bad. I could probably put that on track 5 too. Chopping around. Whoa. All right, let's stop here. SD card is probably going by the wayside. I may need to replace it soon. Not sure what else to add here. Dude, let me check my wacky folder. Dude, vinyl samples, this stuff's crazy. It's like really random sounds. It's just kind of a nice little hit there. Okay, maybe no pitch modulation, but I wanted to try it out. Okay, let's try the transpose trick again. We got FF and FC. Does it work? FF, FC. Doesn't fit quite as nice as the other one does, so maybe I shouldn't try and be lazy about it. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Copy it. Alright, so the last one plays at a different pitch. It plays lower, which matches the sequence. But I want the pitch to like climb back up before it gets to the note where it plays at C4. So maybe I can do like a pitch slide or pitch bend. I always forget like what the difference between those two things are. Okay. Sequencer effects. So we've got PBN, pitch bend, bend note, number of semitones. I think I want to do the slide. So slide note, number of ticks to slide to given note. Okay. And there's 6 ticks per step. So if you do 6, then it's 1 step. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Times 6 is 30. Or I guess I could just do 5 steps. So what does this sound like? Oh yeah, that slide it. Nice. Maybe I can remove this one. The high pass on it so it doesn't clutter up the bass frequencies. So yeah, that's pretty cool the way it works. So basically you can say how long it'll take for it to go from whatever note it's currently on to the note that you specify here. So even though I have C4 on the first step, step 0, it doesn't play it at C4 until it basically gets to this point because it takes 5 steps for it to like slide up. So you get like a nice, yeah, kind of like a pitch slide it's kind of like turning the mod wheel, or not the mod wheel. It's like turning the pitch bend wheel like very slowly as the sample plays, which is pretty cool. Dude, maybe I could slide it down for when it climbs down. We'll see what that does. That sounds kind of tight. Hey, let's do it one more time. Dude, alright. I'm into it. Alright, we got some nice layers here. Let's keep shopping around. Dude, this chord kind of works too. Maybe. Let me try it. It kind of just drops off abruptly though. So let me try the ping pong to kind of like give it a little more sustain. So obviously you don't want it going like all the way back. So you can do the envelope as well. Here, let me just do this. Nice, so it has a little bit more of a natural fade out because we're ping-ponging it, but then once it comes back playing in reverse, it kind of gets quieter, so it's sort of like, yeah, it decreases in volume. It sounds a little more natural than the way the sample was recorded where it just cuts off or whatever. Okay, so that one I wanted on C, I think. Track left. trying to layer another snare to give the drums a little more impact. I don't know if I like the way it sounds though. All right, let's keep searching. What else we got? So I was thinking like a little bit of extra percussion would sound sick. Dude, this honestly shaker honestly sounds pretty good. So let's get it in there. Maybe a little too much. Okay. Not bad. Found a nice little pocket with the shaker. OTT, you know me. I'm into this. Okay, dial it back. Alright, so let's try to... Oh, dude, this thing is sizzling. Oh, it's probably because of the input. Can I just unplug it? Still sizzling. Alright, we're going to double unplug. Still sizzling. Oh, you know what? Maybe I have to do the noise gate. Dude, where is this setting? Oh, here it is. Line in gate. Boom. Set it to negative 65. Okay. I could have done this too. Boom. Okay, so yeah, now what I'm thinking about is what layers can I bring in like kind of one at a time to build the arrangement up a little bit. So let's see, what did I even start with? I think the initial kind of melodic component is this thing. So I probably want to take off some stuff that's not that. What does this sound like? Alright, so I've got it kind of built up here. So we'll start with that like bass string thingy, and then what is this again? It's like the guitar thing. Yeah. And then the next layer is the... So that's the guitar. So this is like some kind of Rhodesy piano maybe. And then after that, the strings will come in. It's a nice sample. And then lastly, it'll be the piano chords. Okay, so from the top. Alright. Dude, I'm digging this one. Let me save this thing before we forget to do that. Whoops. 18. Hey. Drums sound crazy with just the OTT on it. You get this like, it's like weird noises get amplified. Sounds pretty sick though. Alright, so I'm not gonna listen to that all day, although I probably could. Okay, save it one more time. Boom. Alrighty, dude, let's do another one. Yeah, kind of a bummer that the KO2 isn't more involved in this process, but yeah, I just could not get the MIDI to work when I tried doing it earlier. So, oh well. Dude, what do we want to do next? Let's check the old crate here. Dude, I've been using a lot of these samples. What else do we got? Oh, that was the one I just did. Dude, this one turned out really sick. Alright, what else we got? Dude, they're all a vibe.
I stay
Dude, I can get down on this one. I've been kind of looking forward to messing with this one. So let's see what we got here. What a beautiful voice. Okay, so this one, I'm not going to put any slice markers in it. I think what I'm going to do instead is use the STA command to kind of chop it up without putting the markers in. And that'll be helpful because, yeah, it'll basically make it so that the sample can continue to play out and it won't like stop when it gets to the end of a slice. Because yeah, with vocal samples like this, you kind of want them to sustain and sort of like, you don't really want any of those gaps. So maybe I'll do the drums first and then we can figure out a cool pattern there. Okay, so we got the sample, let's get the drums in. And yeah, I did kind of a weird sort of sample break, or not really a break, but whatever you'd call that. So this time I'm just gonna do one shots. Let's see what we got here. Dude, every time I listen to this, I'm like, what the hell? Boogity-doo-doo. I think this one might be serviceable. Alright, so let's start by doing the envelope. So you get rid of that kind of tail end or whatever was on the end there. And then I can also do make sure I'm not clipping here. You can do the EQ to like really shape the sound. It's like, I don't know what the name of this shape is, but I like it. It's like this. Okay, so that's the kick, and then I could probably do the pitch down as well. Okay, so that's kick. Let's find a snare. Not sure exactly what I'm looking for here, but I'll know when I find it. Alright, so this one sounds pretty chill. Whoops. And yeah, just like before, I can use the envelope to like, it's got like a very long tail on it. Oh no, did I load a different one? Dang it, which one was it? This one, okay. Yeah, you can see how it like has a lot of tail end there. So, take it to the mod page here and do volume. Wait, let me just put the note in the phrase. So yeah, now it has a little bit more of a gated release there. Okay. And then I could probably bring the pitch down too, maybe. All right, one semitone. Sounds chill to me. And yeah, right now I'm just kind of like putting various drum sounds together, and then I'll sequence with the micro timing and whatnot once I just have like the basic kit assembled. All right, so hi-hat is probably last here. That one's interesting. I don't know if it's what we're looking for though. Dude, this one's very nice. All right, so now let's do the micro timing stuff. So let's do some different velocity. All right, so we got the MTT command. MTT, where you at? There we go. So I'm going to put this on all of them. And then now I can just press play and kind of like adjust the value while it's playing to hear what sounds like an interesting kind of off-grid type sound. And yeah, something I like to do is have a different FX column for every other note. I don't know exactly what you call that. It's like the one, like not the ones on the quarter notes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, but the ones in between. I basically have those pushed out even further, so it's kind of like, so there's a different timing to the ones that are in between the main ones, basically. All right, so let's do micro timing on the kick next. That's the snare. Let's do it on the kick. Oh, dude, I'm in 90 BPM as well. I always forget to change the tempo. Let's do... I'm not even sure what the sample... I mean, it doesn't really have a tempo. It doesn't have a rhythm at all. Or it sort of doesn't have a rhythm. Yeah, we do 87 for now. Okay, so yeah, let me just copy it, and then we can make some changes to one half and some changes to the other. Yo, be jammin'. What's up, bro? Oh, dude, Mr. Lebanon. I didn't see your comment earlier. Dude, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, that is one trick to sampling that's good to practice, is knowing how to navigate your, oh, dude, this thing slid off. Knowing how to navigate your sample libraries, keeping things somewhat organized so you can find what you're looking for. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to like organize everything by like, you know, root node and scale and all that. That's, to me, that's a little bit extra. But, or maybe not extra, but like it's too difficult for me. I don't really know too much about all how to identify that stuff, and it would take forever to do. So I think it's good to just have like, you know, certain types of sounds, and then you sort of just see what works, try different sounds out, figure out what you like. So yeah, horn sounds or like piano sounds or whatever. Or you can just keep it in one big folder and like kind of shop around. Whatever's clever. All right. Yo, dude, Gatherthird says, best part about getting a new boss, training that boss to make your job 0 effort. Dude, hell yeah, bro. That's what's up. Call the shots, dude. Set precedent. Okay, so we got the rhythm section kind of dialed in here. I could maybe do some kind of, dude, there was one sample that I wanted to mess with. Let me take a look here. Dude, it's in the crate. It's like this triangle sample. Where's it at? I know it's around here somewhere. Triangle, dude, triangle run 01. Dude, pitch down maybe? Let's see what it does. Bro, what does degrade do to it? It like turns it into a... Dude, it like completely alters the sonics. Alright, let's try and find a pocket here. Dude, it might be too much. Alright, we're gonna let it ride. I don't know, I might end up removing it later. I kind of dig it though. Okay, so the whole reason why I wanted to build the rhythm section first was because I wanted to have the drum pattern ready to go with this vocal sample. So let's see if we can make it work here. Dude, this sample is so sick. Yo, Chocolate Boy Swagger, what's up, bro? Dude, Mr. Lebanon says, any degrade above 2 really just gnarls things up. Dude, you better believe it. Yeah, it can make stuff sound super crazy. But if you use it in conjunction with the low pass filter, sometimes you can get pretty good results. In fact, I think I was using the bandpass filter with that sample. Where is it? Yeah, I did bandpass on it. So if the bandpass is off, that's what it sounds like. But yeah, low pass can kind of clean up some of that like aliasing or whatever you call that sound. The crunchiness. But yeah, not too bad. All right. So yeah, let's do sample chops here. And yeah, like I said, I want to use the STA command to kind of chop this thing up, quote unquote. Alright, I'm already done with the triangle. Sorry, guys. Okay. Alright, so we got a nice vibe here. Dude, could probably do a bass next, maybe. Boom, boom, boom. Or maybe I'll try doing some other melodic sample, like Rhodes or something, and then we can dial in the bass. That's close. Alright, I think we can do it. I may have to put a low pass filter on it though, because it sounds kind of, it's got some lo-fi effect on it. Doesn't really match the vibe of the vocal sample, the lo-fi-ness of it though. Can kind of smooth it out with the low pass. What does chorus sound like? Might sound better with the vocal sample playing. Let's hear it. It's close, but I think, yeah, that lo-fi effect is kind of making it hard to shape the sound. All right, let's keep shopping. All right, maybe this one will work. And then, yeah, we can use the transpose command just like before. Maybe this one I'll clone it because I kind of want two notes to play on this one. That sounds kind of sick. I don't know if it's like exactly in key, but I think it's pretty chill enough. this one. Let me do some editing here. I got a 16-bit it. Goes down. Okay, maybe we're onto something, maybe. Let me see if I can figure it out. No, it has to go down. It's to climb down. Maybe back to D4. Maybe it's on the wrong step. It needs to be on C. Why do I do it every time? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. Pass is pretty nice. Yeah, because there was some bass in it, but I think I can keep the bass clear so I can do like an actual bass line. It's a nice little layer. Alright, speaking of bass, I think we're ready to do that. This one sounds pretty chill. Okay, where do I want it? Boom, 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 boom. right, so those are pretty good note placements, I think. And yeah, you'll notice there that I did the vocalization first, which I think is really helpful on M8, just to like kind of try to figure out where you want the sound to be by using your mouth. And then once you have identified that, you just put notes down and kind of hope you're in the right place there. You could also just put notes down and see what sticks, but sometimes it helps to just like try to have an idea and then bring it into life in the M8 instead of just putting random notes down. Dang it. I thought I had copied it. Whoops. Is that right there? Alright, so I'm going to make a copy of that, and I'm going to delete the middle note. Maybe put it right here, actually. Alright, and then now I'm going to do an envelope on the bass. So this will be very helpful to like kind of get an expressive performance on it. And by that I mean, like right now the bass sample is like, it's kind of long. Whoops. So it's like boom, but there are some notes that I want to be like shorter, like boom, boom. And in order to do that on the sequence, you have to create an envelope with a sound. Whoops. So let's do AHD for volume. Actually, I'll do the hold. So you can see when I'm adjusting the hold, it's going to make the sound shorter. So it seems like OE is like the full sample. And then what you can do is if you press edit when you have it highlighted, and then you go to the phrase, when you press edit in the FX column, it'll put an effect down for whatever parameter you last selected. So this is the hold. So I can have some of these notes be shorter. So for example, I wanted this one to be shorter. Or yeah, maybe it's this one that I want shorter. Alright, so now I want to think about what different notes I could put down. So right now it's all C4, which is the, I guess, the root note. But yeah, there are parts where I want it to climb down and then climb back up. So let's see. Maybe this one could be a lower pitch. Maybe I'll do it like this. No. So yeah, I'll have it be C4 in like the first time it loops, and then the second time, or that'll be the second time, and then the fourth time is when it'll go down a pitch. Filter too. I wanted to wait till the end to do the low pass filter because it's easier to hear the sample, to do the pitches and stuff and the timing if I don't have the low pass on. But now we can put the low pass on and give it like a nice kind of sub bass sound. what else I want to add here. I feel like another percussion sound would be pretty cool, just to like jazz up the rhythm section a bit. Let's check my secret folder here. I have to make it louder. Let me try and clean it up too, because it's got some bass on it. It's kind of a nice like sleigh bell type situation. Dude, high pass cleans it right up. we gotta add the OTT, of course. This one's got a nice vibe. I'm digging it. Alright, let's save it. Thinking about doing some arranging to it, but I think it's fine with just all the layers on it. All right. So yeah, 2 sick beats on today's stream. Let's listen to some other ones before we close out here. Dude, what did I make on the last stream that I did M8 with? Let's see. Love that clavinet. Dude, those ones turned out sick. That was on the last stream where I used M8, which was on 7/11, about a week ago. A week ago exactly, in fact. All right. So yeah, this was a chill little stream. Made a couple beats, listened to some stuff, chilled out. That's what's up. Dude, who we got in the chat here? Let me give some shout outs to all the good people out there. Dude, shout out to Gat Earthrid. Shout out to Linda's son. Dude, I gotta look up the Gamma Mini Synth. Sounds fun. Dude, shout out to Gar Magni. Shout out to Mr. Lebanon. Dude, be jamming since birth. Who else we got out there? Dude, shout out to Chocolate Boy Swagger. And then, yeah, I think I already said Gat Earthrid, but I'm gonna say it again. Dude, shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you, man. And yeah, anyone else that's out there tuning in, even if you're not in the chat, it's all good. I appreciate you rocking out with me, sticking around, checking out the craft, so to speak. And yeah, hope to catch you on the next one. But until then, peace.